You won't find that at any other department store. See how that bounces back? And see how when I stroke my hand on it, it doesn't leave that weird hand mark. That's a self-settling fibre on the face of that cushion. What sort of price would you think?
Josh, sorry mate, any update on those guests?
Yeah, I'm just about to close this.
Oh, sorry mate.
Just close this. Wait, sorry.
It's a beautiful couch, mate. It's a beautiful couch.
Good. Thanks, Leigh. Yeah, he knows couches.
Well, g'day, mate.
Oh, hey, mate.
Yeah, good. Yeah, real good,
mate.
real good. You well?
Yeah, very well.
Keeping busy?
Yeah, trying to, mate, trying
Yeah,
to.
nice. Hey, look, I tell you what, show's about to kick off, but we gotta get on. We gotta get on there. But hey, before you leave, have a good look around and maybe sort yourself out a bit of a lounge suite for the family.
Perfect, thanks,
good
mate.
stuff, mate.
Yeah,
hey, good to see you.
See you, mate.
Right here, right now. Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you go. I thought you were saying
you
this
go,
off.
you go.
Either way.
No, you go. You
Oh,
go.
no, you can do. I've got nothing, actually.
Oh, no, you start. Honestly, it's best if you start. I think.
Okay, well, I tell
Welcome.
you what.
Oh, you are gonna
Oh,
go.
no, you're going to do it?
Well, I don't mind if you do it.
No, you do it. You sound like
You
you
sure?
Do it. Yeah, no, you go.
Welcome to the Late Night Big Breakfast. You're with Jason Leigh here on the couches. Great to see you, New Zealand. That's all I had. What, any of you want to...
But no, I pretty much reiterate what you just said.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jace. We've got some amazing guests. I'm going to chuck a name at you.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson.
Wow.
Award-winning director, filmmaker, Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
He won't be coming on, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
He was supposed to. A bit of a mix-up, it turned out. We had him booked weeks ago. He confirmed, flew him up. Unfortunately, we hosted him in the wrong hotel. We put him in one of those COVID quarantine hotels instead.
Oh, no.
And unfortunately, he's going to be stuck there for maybe 14 days or so before he's allowed to get out of there.
But maybe after that 14 days, we can get into the studio and get him into
Well,
the
no,
zoo.
I said, look, are you happy to come in after 14 days? He said, no, not really.
Yeah.
So he's going to head back to Wellington and get
Well,
back on with the other stuff he was doing.
Yeah, well, I was going to say he's probably busy, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Bit
that's
of a
fact.
mix-up. But Sam Neill, any news on him?
No news on Sam Neill. We've been in top-level discussions with him, but I can't report anything as of this
Yep.
point. I can quietly say, though, we're quietly confident.
Yeah, will you stay on that, Jace, because I'm pretty sure he'd be keen to come on the show. But what do we have?
Speaking of fantastic guests, we've got our resident Chinese medicine expert, Dr. Sherman Zhao,
Great
coming
stuff.
in, and
Yeah.
I'm always look forward to that segment.
We're going to be talking big issues once again. Global warming.
Yeah.
What's all that about? And, of course, Mike the Mongolian throat singer for your entertainment. But for now, let's go meet our first guest. G'day, Kiwis. You know, most experts believe that the planet's probably only got about 6 to 18 months left to go. Joining us now is Joel Rindelab, and he's got a degree in global warming. Welcome.
Good God, who hasn't?
Joel, welcome to the show. So what are you doing at Auckland University? What are you specifically trying to study solutions?
Currently, I'm just trying to better understand the processes that happen in the atmosphere.
What sort of practical things can we do on an individual basis, do you think, that can contribute in some small way to the whole issue of global warming?
The best way, actually, to...
Sorry, Joel, I thought you were going to say it was a great question. Are we not going to say that?
That was a great question. I don't think it needed.
No, but sorry.
Honestly, didn't think it
carry on.
needed saying
No, that's
that.
all right. I
That's
just
a
thought
great
you were going to
question.
say it.
It was a great
Sorry,
question.
Joel.
Right. So with this great question, I
Yeah.
think there is a pretty good answer.
Yeah.
And the number one thing you can do to actually reduce your carbon footprint is not have kids.
It was a bit late for a lot of us, though. You've been fixed, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, no, I've been fixed. But having said that, I've already got 4 kids.
Yeah.
Well, you know, had I known that we were heading for an environmental catastrophe 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't have had any kids.
You'd
To your
still
point.
say it was a bit of a catastrophe, though, and just not so much an environmental one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, oh,
After
absolutely.
the second one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jason, just bring myself in there, and if I could, just for a moment, Joel, hold that thought. I know you got a goodie. We'll be back right after this. G'day, Jeff.
G'day there. Well, this is a new segment we're very excited about. It's called simply What the Tech with Tom.
How we going, Jace?
Yeah, very good, mate. Talk us through what you've got here, mate.
Well, this is quite simply put, it's cheese handles. And it's
Cheese handles.
Cheese handles.
cheese handles. It's a product I myself have designed, and it's to make sure that you don't grate your knuckles when you're grating
Oh,
cheese.
yeah, that drives me nuts when you get the old grating on the knuckles.
Well, of course, there's nothing worse. You know, you're making a ham and cheese toastie for the kids. You grate your knuckles and you let out a curse word. You know,
yeah, that's right, you
Can't be
remember
doing. The great thing about them, they come with this nail
The
design that
great
we're.
thing about them, I love how you said
Excuse
that.
the pun.
We're running
Design.
the nail design here, and of course we also come with the screw handles, and that's for your soft cheeses, your
yeah.
camemberts, your bries.
So how does it work, Tom? How does it work?
Well, basically we've got these handles here, which are similar to what you'd see on like a cupboard.
Suitcase, maybe?
Yeah, suitcase.
I would have almost said they were cupboard handles.
And actually, I'll get one of you guys to actually just pop that in there. So if you just, slide the nails into the cheese there,
nice.
just like that. Beautiful, Jace.
Oh, look at that. That is absolutely fantastic.
Handles on there. That's not going to
then you
fall
just-
out. And then straight on the grater, and that's just falling away beautifully.
That is brilliant, Tom. Could I ask you, could you possibly get like a smaller handle and stick a knob of ginger on there, for example?
Well, we were actually looking at sort of a knob design, but of course it's too much affiliated with cheese knob.
Yeah,
sort of,
okay,
knob cheese,
that's
so-
certainly a great design. That's amazing no one's thought of that up to this point. The old cheese handles, eh? Tell you what, Tom, keep up the good work, eh?
Cheers, fellas.
Great stuff, mate.
G'day, mate.
Plastics, Joel?
Plastics.
Plastics,
They're
eh?
everywhere.
In the old days, of course, we used to burn them out of sight, out of mind, but that's not good, is it?
No, that's probably the worst thing you can do, because now you're releasing a lot of chemicals into the air that you're breathing, which could cause cancer and a lot of other problems.
Just in terms of waste, I mean, let's look at it on a very basic level. Fecal matter. Are we dealing with that in an efficient way, for example?
Fecal matter.
Yeah.
Are you still using the Tupperware containers?
Yeah, I am.
So what Jace will do, he will store all his bodily wastes in Tupperware containers, out of sight, out of mind, I suppose, sealed, of course.
Well, the only issue with that, of course, is, you know, it's taking up a lot of space, so I've had to hire a storage unit for it.
So you've got a storage unit full of Tupperware containers
Full of my
with
fecal
poos in
matter,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What do they charge you for that?
I think it's about $90 a month.
It's not bad.
The thing is, you're probably spending more energy driving back and forth.
No, but that's the funny thing, I go by bus.
Bus. Well,
Yep.
yes, public transport is definitely a way to reduce your carbon
I
footprint.
thought so.
Yeah. You're sitting on the bus there, summer on the bus.
Yeah.
How many Tupperware containers full of poos would you have on you?
7 or 8.
7 or 8.
Yeah.
What do the passengers say?
About what?
The smell emanating from
Well,
7.
that's the beauty of a good Tupperware
Yeah,
container. They're normally sealed
They're
pretty good, and that's
they're pretty secure. And you can get a lot in there too, of course, when you're pressing down the lid, you know. So it's not really an issue that I've
yeah.
noticed.
What happens next from the storage unit? Is there a plan to take it from there and dispose of it, or is that for future generations to deal with, perhaps?
You know, to be honest, I think it is a generational thing. I think it's something for my kids to deal with after I'm gone. There's a lot of space in a storage unit, and, you know, I'm nowhere near to filling it by the time I've left this earth. The kids will deal with that.
Good on you, Jason. Good to see someone taking steps in their own life for the benefit of others.
A proactive solution, but
Yeah.
are you reusing any of these Tupperware? Because you want to reduce, reuse, and recycle them.
Yeah, this is the type of
that's-
Tupperware I don't think you'd want to be reusing, if you
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying there, Joel. But no doubt this is something you could study at the university, bring this into your curriculum of some sort there. But look, that's all we've got time for at the moment on Global Chat. Let's see what Kimberly's doing somewhere over there.
Right here, right now. We're getting
Beautiful.
on. Get on down. It's going on tonight. It's going on tonight.
Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Leigh said that you could just take.
He said have a look around and grab the one you want.
Yeah. So you're sure that this is the couch you want?
Yeah, this is it. Does it come in suede?
It does, but that does push the price up. Leigh said help yourself.
Yeah. He said take the one you want.
Yeah, but did he mean?
So Josh, I want this couch.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll get it shipped to you. Let's go. Intimidating.
G'day New Zealand and welcome back. Healthcare. It's extremely important to New Zealanders, and as part of our ongoing series on health, we've got Sherman Zhao here to discuss Chinese medicine. How are you, Sherman?
Good.
Great to have you here.
Good morning.
So what is it about Chinese medicine that the West can learn from? What is it that we can possibly do to make things better for ourselves if we adapt it from the Chinese method?
Great
Good
question,
question,
Mike. Great question.
中医很好，对，就是跟西医是不同的。中医它可以，就是比较慢速的，但是很有效的。那西医是一种比较就是比较急诊，是一种手术式的医治方法。
Sherman, what's the most common ailment and disease, I guess, or problem that people have when they come to you?
我们一般是用烧火罐，用拔火罐在做那个背，some fire。
Oh yeah.
Fire.
You're
Put fire in
talking about
the-
heat on the lower back there.
Yeah.
它的针灸，它的针灸 use a long
Stick.
Thermometer.
Tube. Oh,
rectal
acupuncture.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
okay. Well, thanks very much, Sherman. That's fantastic having you in. But in the meantime, we've got to be somewhere else.
G'day, Kiwis. Jace.
Well, it's that time of the show again where we discuss women's issues on the women's panel, and it's my very great pleasure to welcome back onto the show Mike Minogue. How are you going, buddy?
Yeah, good to be back.
You know, woman nag.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think what happens with menopause is that nagging is accentuated
Yeah.
because of the
Yes,
irritability,
yes, that's
because of the vaginal dryness,
That's right.
because of all those things, and so that level goes up,
That's right.
and that's when it becomes a men's issue.
If I just bring
Yeah.
myself back in here for a moment, you've got a woman in the woods by herself nagging,
Yeah.
and there's no one to hear it. There's no man to hear it. Is she nagging?
Well, good question.
Probably
Well,
still
she is
Yeah.
nagging, and that's the thing with it. She's been nagging in the drive on the way there, nagging on the forest, and at some point, you know, you just think to yourself, you know what? I'm going home.
Yeah.
She doesn't know you've gone because she's just been nagging the whole time, and she doesn't need you there to nag, does she?
No, she doesn't,
She just
mate.
continues the nagging.
Certainly doesn't.
But the issue is, you know, you've got a problem there too, because the woman will notice that the man's not there to hear her nagging, so she'll bring it up at another point further down the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Where were
Usually
you?
when you're
That's
going
nagging
out
on the
somewhere,
nagging, that's further
you know,
right.
usually
Yeah.
when you're about to go and see your mates to see the rugby or something, she'll bring it up again
That's
because
right.
you weren't there
Yeah.
when she was nagging
That's
that
right.
time you walked away.
Get this, okay?
Yeah.
You got a wooden bench top, nothing wrong with it. We need a marble bench top, okay? Get that, great, solved. No. All of a sudden, that doesn't match the cabinetry in the kitchen. What do you got to do? You got to change the cabinetry
Yeah.
to the marble bench top. Hey, the paint job doesn't work. Repaint the whole room. Open plan room goes in the lounge. Doesn't
Yeah.
match that paint now. Paint that room. Oh, lounge suite doesn't work now. Get a new lounge suite in there. Carpeting's not going to match the lounge suite, is it? Brand new stuff. Lighting's got to change. New electricity. That's f***ing awesome, isn't it?
I'll just stop you there because I think the lawyers might get involved if we carry on too much longer. So let's go somewhere else.
It's going on tonight.
Welcome back, Kiwis. I'm going to chuck a word at you, COVID. We've all been affected by it, especially this show. But as you well know, I had a show earlier on last year, a travel show I was doing called Big Travel. And I didn't get a chance to complete that show because of COVID, of course. I was traveling in
the whole
Europe
travel
and it was a
restriction.
real high-budget kind of show. But I wouldn't mind, if you don't mind, if I can just show you some clips from that.
Sure.
Because I'm not going to get to use them anywhere else. So this is Big Travel.
Aman maz kadınımsın güzelim.
You know, when making a travel show in Morocco, it's all about blending in with the locals. Yeah, good. What I like to do when I'm in a foreign country is catch up with an old friend. I'm going to catch up with my old mate from 15 years back, Youssef. Let's go meet him now. I spent the next few hours with my guide, eager to learn more about this fascinating place. The first thing I learned is that I had his name wrong. So, Radar, what would it be like growing up as a child in Morocco or a town like this?
It's like a town very diverse in terms of culture and history, and Morocco is very diverse in terms of ethnic groups. Oops. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. We might just do the stay put on this one. I suppose those kids, they have the same interest, sport, that kind of stuff, you know, like anywhere.
Yeah, like the rest of the world. Like they have internet, they go to school, they go to see movies, they read books. It's like the rest of the kids all over the world.
This place has so much history. I had many questions for my guide. So, Radar, why do they call it the Blue City?
Because it's blue. That's why they call it Blue City.
That's the main reason, is it?
Yes. Look.
A lovely meal as always here in Morocco. I mean, I just love this goat dish. Sweet, the dates are giving it that sweetness. Just the right mix of Moroccan spices bring the life. This chicken dish has got a distinct taste of what's the word in English? A detergent, I think. Quite a detergent sort of taste. I mean, not quite as extreme as, say, Jif or anything like that, but more your cold power, perhaps, you know? You know, a cold water wash, detergent-y kind of, there's beautiful flavours coming through. When travelling in a strange land, I like to fully immerse myself in the culture. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. And it's important to be overly familiar with the locals. They really appreciate it. I tell you, I haven't seen this guy for about 40 minutes. When we first arrived here, he was the first guy we met when we came in, and I tell you what, he showed us around a bit. Hell of a nice guy, but you wouldn't know him now. Look at him. It's fantastic. We better keep moving. Food is a big part of Moroccan culture, and I wanted to learn more. This is all your spices in here, spices?
Yeah.
Beautiful spices.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm traveling the world checking on all the best spices. And what's this spice here? It's beautiful.
No, there's no spices.
What's that?
That's for paint.
Oh, that's the blue paint. That's why the town's blue, because of this
yeah.
stuff. It's not a spice.
Yeah,
So
no
don't put that in your...
spices,
No, it's
yeah.
not a spice.
Yeah.
You never stop learning. You know, I wouldn't say I was New Zealand's most travelled person, but I definitely am. But with that in mind, my Moroccan adventure has come to an end. And what have we learned? I'd like to think it's more about what we haven't learned. Think about that for a moment.
Is that it?
Yeah, well, as I say, that's pretty much all I managed to do
Right.
with the $500,000 budget. But there you go. That's COVID for you. Beautiful out here, isn't it? You know, they say with every new shooting star, it's another two people falling in love.
Fuck off, will ya?
That might not have happened if he'd been drinking Wakachangi. It's quite nice beer.
Get on down. It's going on tonight.
Look, mate, at the end of the day, there are other actors besides Sam Neill.
Yeah, I realise that, but it would be great to get him.
Oh, exactly. And
Sorry. Yeah, so I just want to talk about my wages. I seem to be down about $3,500.
I'll tell you what that'll be. That'll be the Fairview lounge suite that you gave to Kieran Reid.
in suede?
It wasn't suede, he was quite very insistent about that, but I didn't...
So what's the issue?
Hang on, I didn't buy it for him. You said that he could take one.
You saying to me that you don't think Kieran Reid's given enough to this country that he shouldn't get a lounge suite?
Hang on, you said he could take one, not that I was going to pay for it.
Well, I certainly don't want to be in a scenario where we're going to ring Kieran Reid and say, can you bring the couch back? Or worse than that, can you pay for it?
Or downgrade him from suede?
I mean, surely that's going to be absorbed in all the overall sales.
Overall costs, yeah.
Well, why should I absorb it?
Well, someone's got to pay for it. And I don't really... What's the issue?
He said that you said he could take one.
Well, you think that's a bad idea?
I like him. I like the All Blacks, but I don't want to pay for the couches.
Do you though, Josh? Do you? Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm really starting to question your commitment to this country and the All Black brand.
Yeah, but I don't know why I'm paying for it. Shouldn't it be the business that pays for it?
Yeah, look, we could talk about this all day. Could we just park it for a moment?
But why am I paying for it?
Thanks, mate.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Just absorb it, please, mate. Men's health. It's one of those things that affect all of us, especially men. And I can tell you what, it's something that we really care about and value on the late night big breakfast, Leigh.
That's right, Jace. And joining us now from Movember is Robert Dunn. Robert, welcome to the show.
Mate, appreciate it. Thanks for having me. Mate, I've been involved coming up a decade now with Movember here in New Zealand, but anything that gets men more proactive about their health, I think, is a good thing, and hopefully that's what the moustache does.
Look, in the past we focused a lot on prostate cancer, mental health, breast cancer, but of course...
Testicular cancer?
And of course, testicular cancer, as demonstrated by Jace. Look, be honest, if they were my testicles, I think that would be the least of my worries.
I don't know that this per se is a demonstration of testicular cancer.
It certainly demonstrates a set of testicles, that's for sure. Robert, could you show us how best to check those testicles for testicular cancer?
Good question, mate.
Sure. Look, you know, there's no one set way to do it. I personally like to use the 2 fingers and thumb.
Right, okay.
That's my own personal technique.
What are you doing with that, Rob? When you're doing it, are you
it's
kneading?
a gentle squeeze.
Okay, so you're not
And you're
kneading
going
them.
around, and the key is to know the normal shape of your testicles, know thy nuts, and then if there's something different, then you know that needs to be checked out.
Yeah.
That's a good rule of thumb, just a gentle squeeze and check that they're not changing, I suppose.
That's the key.
Okay.
Do you mention the prostate test? Really important for men to get that done. I recently had a test, and I encourage all men to actually go and do that. Now, what about you, Leigh? Have you had your prostate checked?
No, I'll be doing that in the ad break.
Oh, okay.
Coming up. Actually, I'm going to bring someone in on this. Jerry, come in.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Wells.
Yeah, g'day, mate. Now, you've been checked out, haven't you, with a prostate?
Yeah, that's right, guys. I did actually. It was on 7 Sharp. It was quick, it was easy, it was painless. And I advise all men to go out there and get checked at some stage, particularly after you're 40. And you walk away from there with a clean bill of health, feeling pretty good about yourself.
Great piece of TV there, mate. Thanks, mate.
It's interesting, actually, Leigh. I noticed that when you were talking about the prostate check there, you did that.
Yeah, it's kind of the signal, I suppose.
Right. Well, interestingly, I've been doing a sign language course, and the international sign language for a prostate check is actually that. Strangely enough, yeah.
Is that for 2 people at the same time, or is it just...
No, that is just sign language for prostate check. So if you were going up to a friend and they hadn't had a prostate test and you were asking them that, it would be something along the lines of...
I don't know if it'd be the first thing, Jace. I think you might maybe soften them up and ask if they're even deaf before that.
Well, no, but if you were inquiring as to whether or not they'd had a prostate test.
And how much sign languaging have you done, Jace?
Well, just the 1-day course at this point.
And they taught that on the first day?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
A great course.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, there you go, a bit of men's health chat there. How can people get involved?
Yeah, please go along to Movember.com, sign up to participate in the campaign. Yep. Grow a moustache throughout the course of the month, and hopefully that moustache will act as a bit of banter for a start, and hopefully those conversations turn to men's health conversations as well throughout the course of the month, which would be great.
Rob, all the best with it, and keep up the great work, by the way.
Absolutely.
Thanks, mate.
I'm just going to stop you there, my friend, because right now it's time for Jizzy's Corner. Settle down, girl. Settle down.
Oh, g'day, mate. How are you?
Good, mate, good. What's up, Jizzy?
Well, in here I've got an amazing Canadian dancing lemur.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's incredible, isn't it?
And of course you find these in Canada.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because a lot of people think the Canadian dancing lemur actually comes from South America, but it doesn't. It comes from Canada. I'd like to get it out,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
can't
gonna say,
actually
could we
get
get
it. No,
it? Can we
let's just
do-
not get it out for now.
Okay.
She's a little bit shy. Also, I don't want to face it towards the light because
Right,
I've been
yeah.
told they're very
Okay.
light sensitive.
They're a nocturnal creature, aren't they, Jerry?
Camera shy.
But as you can see in there, wonderful personalities, these creatures.
Is this a male or female, Jerry?
This is the female, and you can tell. See the markings on the back of the tail there?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you can tell.
Yeah.
So she's a wonderful specimen. Of course, the female a little bit larger than the male, and the female also very territorial, particularly this time of year.
Well, great stuff. I tell you what, Jerry, you keep up the good work. We'll catch you later.
Thanks very much. Good stuff, mate.
Well, there you go, another show, Jace. Not a bad one. Remember, New Zealand, keep that feedback coming in. Check out the Facebook page, get to the merch store and all that sort of stuff.
I tell you what, it's been flooding in, isn't it?
It certainly has. But I tell you what, once again, taking out the show, Mike the Mongolian throat singer. Beautiful. Maxi Bon. That's beautiful too.